that's interesting because one hip, this left rear hip is lower than the right.
That leg's out.
Yeah, he's not symmetrically based. So he's had something. Hi everyone, I'm Lynn from Cavy Central Guinea Pig Rescue. Hi everyone, Lynn from Cavy Central. We have Oliver here with Oreo and we're going to take a quick look at Oreo. So Oreo is the buddy of Dustin, who we just had here, and they're brothers. So what we often find with brothers is that we see genetic features that can be the same and other things that may not necessarily be the same. So that's interesting. I'm just going to have a listen to him just as I picked him up. Okay, all right. I heard him make a little groan. Ow, thank you for biting me. Really quick with that. Ouch.
That's because he's the alpha.
Is he? Do you
Right
think?
now he's the alpha.
Oh, he hasn't met me yet. Yeah. So we're going to clean his ears out as well, which we can do. And have you got any questions about him? You think he's the alpha? Yeah.
Yes. Well, when we first got him, we thought he was the shy one. But recently he's seems more like the alpha.
In what way? What are you saying?
Well, when he goes to eat, Dustin will like go downstairs if he's upstairs.
Yep. Okay. So he stays upstairs and Dustin goes downstairs? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or he stops him from going into the house and kind of stands at the door.
Stands at the door. Okay, so he's guarding things. Okay. These are all behaviours of dominance, which is good.
And we've seen a couple of times him mount Dustin.
Yep. Dustin's doing a bit of mounting himself, I'm seeing here. So it's yeah, pretty even, Stephen.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think there's a little bit of
It's a bit of both going on. Yep. Yeah, put that cloth under you for a minute. This one. Let's put it, loosen that out. Sorry, sweetie pie. Just going to get that off you. You're fast with those teeth. Nibble, nibble, nibble. So, this little fellow is not as heavy as Dustin. So he's weight-wise, if we were to weigh them, he is definitely lower. Just cutting a few little knots and things off him. We might actually take a look at seeing him run on the ground later. And the reason I say that is he's actually not symmetrically based. So has he ever had a fall or anything in the past?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay. Might just be how he's sitting here, but we'll see him on the ground. Certainly you'd have noticed if he's limping or anything like that. But yeah, that's interesting because one hip, this left rear hip is lower than the right.
That leg's out.
Yeah, he's not symmetrically based. So he's had something, maybe a fall in his past or a hurt or
I wonder if he's fallen down there.
maybe. Sometimes they do and they can have a nasty fall. No limb is out of balance, so everything's as it should be. It's just literally his hip area. This hip is like in the wrong position. Oh, it's just like, yeah, literally, you can feel that. You can feel that, Oliver. Have a notice. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can notice this one's way more prominent. He's leaning to this side, like that one's out on a slant for some reason. They don't do that when you reposition them. He's doing it automatically. He's putting this leg out and that one down. So he's not symmetrically balanced. That's not necessarily a problem, but it's common if something has happened to him at some point. You know, in the past, his feet are not good. Okay, let's do your ears, little guy. So do you have any other questions with this little fellow? Can you think of anything?
Is the low weight a problem? Is the low weight a problem?
What I would say is that you need to weigh them every week. And then that will chart any change from where they're at. So his weight is definitely down from his brothers. That doesn't mean it's a problem. It could be unique to him. But if we chart it and we find that in a month's time it's another 100 grams down, then we know something's going on. And it can be as simple as one guinea pig being so dominant, all they have to do is give the other one a look which says, you're not having that bit of kale, I am. And they'll stay away. And it means they're not getting as much food as the other one. So by weighing them, we can sort of see more closely what's going on with their own dynamic. And these boys are certainly happy together. There's no sign of any issues with them. And most boys, when they're well bonded like these guys, they're going to be happy and have a wonderful time together. They're beautiful. So yeah, what I would say is just weigh them and then keep an eye on it. And if you notice something, then you know, looking at the other things that we've gone through, like the eyes, crustiness, nose, listening to their breathing, looking at the hair, their coat color, hair loss, mites, itching, like there's so many things that they can have, right down to like the little girl that we've got here at the moment who has some.
How do we know if we're giving them enough food?
There won't be, well, if there's any left, then you're giving them enough. Because if they're eating it, then you need to give them more. But 80% of their diet needs to be hay. And the hay needs to be, like they'll chomp it all the time. We put a great big amount in every night. Every day you should find it right down. He doesn't want you used to. So yeah, so that's how you tell if they're having enough, is by what's left.
Yeah, because we give them like a bowl of kiddly hay mix kind of thing,
Yep.
don't we? We kind of refill it every morning and night.
Yeah.
And then they get probably a few cups of vegetables.
Are they getting fresh hay?
Yeah, every day we give them a handful. And maybe that's not enough. On top of
I would
there is
actually
hay
give,
mix through
to
the,
give you an idea of how much we give them, we would do double their size in hay per guinea pig.
on
so-
top of the kiddly food you give them.
No, in the hutch. I'd put it in the hutch. So they nestle into it. But we'll talk about the bedding structure you've got later. But literally they love to sit in it and just chow down on the hay. And it provides warmth around them as well.
Okay.
So there's a few things we can look at there. So Oreo, you're gorgeous. A little bit symmetrical. Nothing you need to worry about there. Maybe later on he may get arthritis or something as a result of this sort of lopsided, but there's nothing to be overly worried about yet.
It's a guinea pig chiropractic service. That puts their hip
We
back in
have been known to do all sorts of things. In fact, we've got a guinea pig who might be here. Is Rufus here? Rufus? No. Rufus is coming in, and Rufus has a spinal injury and he has a wheelchair. So yeah,
Like
so
a
Rufus
wheelchair.
is on his way.
Yeah.
So yeah, any questions or issues, just reach out and yeah, then we can get them back and have another look. We've just popped ivermectin on them, ivermectin. If you do that again in 7 days' time, that will just eradicate any parasites that are likely to come onto them. They come with the hay, with the conditions, when it's damp, moist, we're in that sort of weather where it does. And that's what will happen. Yeah, we have that here.
So we just put it on their
Just
eyes.
as I, just as I did here, it's right behind his ears. I just squirted it on here and on here.
Just a little bit. Like a
No, I've put 0.2 of a mil because these are bigger boys, but it's actually on the container how much to put on.
Okay.
So in 7 days, see how he's putting that foot out? It's like definitely something. It's like, yeah, it's like a permanent position he likes to be in. That's not a guinea pig position. So he's had something at some point. But he's very cool. So that's it from me. Oliver, and say bye.
Bye.